What are we doing here? Is this just going to be a Mexican standoff? Because I don't know whether that's going to be solid or not. Just going to have to drive through him. Hold your breath, hold your breath. Hello everybody, welcome to Chaz Draycott Media and welcome to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yes, I too can hear that song still playing in my head because today we're flying for Jet2 and we are in the PMDG 737-800. It's another charter flight again today. Thank you so much to Scott Green for chartering this one, and a big apology to Scott and everyone else who's chartered flights. At the moment there's another 6 or 7 after this one planned as of the time of recording. I had a bit of a health scare at the end of last week, but I'm all good, everything's okay, just on medication for certain things and we're all golden. But I was also away on the weekend as well, commentating for the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship, so I wasn't able to obviously record a flight and get it sorted. This one I'm going to record as quickly as possible today and obviously get it ready for the following week. So all of them have gone back a week, I'm sorry about that, but we're all good to go now. We're in Juliet Zulu Hotel November, this lovely 737-800. We've not got a jetway here today. We're on stand 22 right at Stansted, and we're going to be flying to Girona today. I always thought Girona was in Italy, turns out it's in Spain. We're going to connect to VATSIM, and we are today Chanex 5 Sierra Golf, which is not going to be easy to read on any screens that the controllers may have. And we're going to jump in. There's quite a bit on at Stansted at the moment. I'll show you the route and stuff in just a sec. Because as you can see up here, we've got Essex Approach online. So there's going to be a number of people out here ready to get moving. So we're going to have a bit of a busy time of this, and we need to get onto their correct frequencies. So it's 120.625 using my usual Flight Sim and VATSIM scratch pad today. And we're also using a checklist that I have from Fly UK Aero, which I found on flightsim.to. So it's Essex Approach, and it is going to be 120.625. We'll get into the cockpit of the aircraft and we'll tune into that in just a moment. Okay, so going through this checklist then, we need to obviously get the aircraft all set up and ready to fly today. So we're going to just make sure that these two switches and things are flicked on and then off again. And we then have to put the APU start and APU gen on, so, well, we'll just start the APU, shall we? In fact, it is already running because for some reason it's powered up and it's not starting cold and dark, but oh well, that's alright. I wouldn't normally put it on this soon. We've got the position lights where we need them as well. We need to put the packs onto auto or high, which they absolutely are. IRS mode selectors, are they already in the nav position? They are. So this aircraft is basically set up for me to get going here. That's not what I expected at all. Let's get the sim brief data in from here though. Request that. Cool. And we'll get the departure details in as well. Lovely. It's QNH 1017, which I've got already ready to go. We've got IRS position disagree, so we'll get rid of that. We'll get the... Wow, has it already set it all up? No, because it thinks that we're doing 380 here. Init ref, index, ident, nav data outdate. Apparently so. That goes in there. Okay, never mind. Let's do a... Oh god, why does it think we're going Gardermo into... No, that's not right. Flight plan request. Oh god, we've got to get rid of all of this. It's in a really weird state, isn't it? There we go. Set payload, set fuel, select route. Okay, so we'll wait for it to do that flight plan request. Strange, because it's in a condition that I wasn't expecting it to be in, so sorry about that. It's thrown me off a tiny bit. But we should be alright. Okay, route uplink ready. Loading. God, my hands are so cold at the moment. Summer has very abruptly ended here at the UK, but my god, it is feeling nippy at the moment. Let's get onto the frequency, shall we? So what was it? 120.625, yeah. Because they might be covering everything on the ground, I'm not quite sure. So we can activate that and execute it. That's cool. Get the departure and arrival in. Today we are going to be on, in terms of the departure, oh, let me get this on here and all. You can tell I've not done this for a while. It's weird because I normally do at least one flight a week, obviously, for these videos, but yeah, as of late, it's not been very consistent for me to do it. So we're on the Nugbo 1 Romeo departure, which we have down here. We're on runway 22.
Right, 48 Mike November, leaving my airspace now, no further XT, Monster Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
So there is someone online.
I'll be Monster Unicom, runway 48 Mike November, yeah.
Are you getting that
All
separate?
stations. Be advised, Stansted radar is now closing. Further, Monster Unicom 122.8. Stansted radar now closing. Further, Monster Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
Well, that's a shame. Okay, so we'll now go over to 122.8. I did wonder because it did say he'd been online for a bit. So over to 122.8. We'll now just listen into what everyone else is doing. So we are Nugba 1 Romeo on runway 22. And for the arrival... No. Wait, what? I was going to say, it's because I clicked that there for the arrival.
50 Golf Quebec,
Okay. We are going to be on the Canig 2 Foxtrot, and we're going to go on ILS Zulu for runway 19er. So it's Canig, what was it? Canig 2 Foxtrot. Canig 2 Foxtrot, and it is ILS Zulu 19er. Transition was Banol. Smashing. We'll get that in. I'm going to write that down on here as well. Actually, no, I'm not, because what I tend to do is I put all that information in while I'm mid-air, because otherwise, well, I make a bit of a knob of myself.
Traffic, BP 618 November, taxi Bravo, Hotel, on point Romeo 1 from a GT.
Wow, that's loud. Now, I have to combine all my audio so you lot can hear GSX. Oh, speaking of, we should get people boarding. I have to combine all my audio for this when people are talking as well, unfortunately. That's one thing that vPilot will usually be on its own channel of audio, so I can turn it down in the background. Unfortunately, you're going to hear everything as loud as I do here, so we're going to request boarding. Hopefully you can hear that. We're not going to attach the pushback tug just yet. Over on the right FMC, it is starting to sort that out. We're going to be cruising at flight level 330 today.
Quebec X-ray, traffic,
yeah, flight level 330. I need to figure out what else to do. N1 limit. We need to do our takeoff speeds and stuff like that. Flaps is going to be 5 today. 137, 139, 148. That's fine. What else are we doing? I feel like an absolute idiot. Init ref, index, perf init request. It's got it. Fuel today, block fuel, is 7.2, 7279, so it's 7.3, so yeah. When you do the flight plan request, it tells you what it's going to be, and then you can set fuel and payload. Have we got the fuel set? Oh, we have. It's on 7.3 anyway right now, so that's fine. Just bear with me while I try and figure this out. Okay, back inside the cockpit we go then. We need to actually get on with this. So we need to set our transponder. We're obviously going to be squawking 2000 today, which we already are. I'm going to write that down on my little scratch pad as well. Let's whack that on. Okay, and then... God, my head is all over the place today. It really, really is. IAS max speed. That's already set by the look of it. The initial altitude's already set. What sort of configuration is this aircraft in, man? Because it seems like it's done everything for me already. I don't really like that, because I like the setup of it all. It's weird. Your damper, are you already on and all? Yeah. And the window heat. Oh, I don't like this. Flight altitude set? Yeah. Well, 330 is what we need, so not technically. Landing altitude 300, yeah. I don't like it. Flight directors are on. LNAV and VNAV. VNAV? LNAV? I don't like it. I don't trust it though, because I didn't
Stansted traffic,
put that
stuff in. Clear on my
Oh, it's weird. It's really, really weird. Sorry, slight technical there. I had to just go and sort something else out around the house. My landlord's going to be about in a bit, just in case you see him. So, yeah, back in the cockpit, losing my brain here, really not sure what to do. I'm so sorry, Scott. I've really mucked this up already, mate. We've not even gotten moving yet. And it's a flight in the 737, so it's going to be a difficult day. We're on 1009 HPA, though. I know that we can change that. So it's down there on the bottom of that screen. We need to put that to 1017. You can usually just guess anyway by where that little yellow line goes. That is sorted and fine, so we know what the minimums and the altimeter ref and all that is. That's already set to RTO. It's weird, man. I asked for it to be in cold and dark, and then, yeah, for some reason my brain didn't click that it wasn't in that state when I got in. Still, I believe boarding is completed now. It looks like it has been, so we're going to get rid of the stairs and everything. So get rid of those. It's always really creepy how those wheels roll away, isn't it? Okay, so we've armed the auto throttle. That is all good to go. Left, right, and centre fuel pumps need to come on as well. Don't think we have any fuel in the central tank. It's down there. That's 0. We do not. So that's fine. Electric hydraulic pumps need to come on as well. We need to put the anti-collision light on and get ready for pushback here. Parking brake is set. Ground equipment is removed and the engine area should be clear. We're also going to take the chocks off, which is in here. FS Actions, ground services, wheel chocks off. We're going to change over to the APU gen because I think we already are, so we can remove the ground power. Yeah, it needs chocks on to do it, so we aren't running on ground power, we're running on APU. Let's just check we are transmitting, so we need to then be sure that we're ready to push back. So let's prepare for pushback and departure. Actually, let's do a quick check to see that all the bits are working. Yep, parking brakes work. Throttles, yes, I know, shut up. Flaps as well. Yep, and speed brakes. Nice. Okay, cool.
Stansted traffic, Chanex 5 Sierra Golf, preparing to push back stand 22 right. Stansted traffic.
Okay, so now we'll click prepare for pushback and departure, and hopefully we can get our flight today underway. Here is our ramp operative. Seems, oh no, there she is. She's going to be one of the wing walkers, I believe they're called. Hello.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
You can hear that, can't you? That's great news. Okay, so we've got everything as we want it, really, haven't we?
Departure checks completed.
It's weird.
Bypass pin inserted.
Really, really weird. Just trying to think of if there's anything else I haven't done, but I've got all of this set up now, basically. Well, nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. Oh, we haven't got APU bleed on. There we go. You can hear the air now. I had to explain to somebody, actually, when I flew back on Monday. They asked me why the air wasn't on when the aircraft had been started up, and then obviously after a minute when we were sat on the ramp and they were getting ready, all the air suddenly came back on when they'd started the engines, and they were asking what that was all about, so I had to explain that. It was nice when someone asks you to explain a bit of your nerd knowledge rather than just sitting next to somebody and going, I think you'll see now the flaps are set to 5 without them asking. Okay, so she's locked the gear. Nose right, tail left.
Release
Okay.
parking brakes, please.
Stansted traffic, Chanex 5 Sierra Golf, pushing back stand into 2 right.
Parking brakes off.
All engines clear. Start
Okay.
at will.
Start at will. So, we need to go to here, put the right-hand engine into ground. Oh, what is it? Is it packs go off before you do this? Packs off, engine start switch to run, that's ground. And we'll then put some fuel in down here. Boom. Just about to come to a stop. Looks like we've got a good engine start on the right hand one. We need to
Reset parking
do
brakes.
set the parking brakes. We need to do lower DU to that. And then we will then... Hang on. I want to get the takeoff data in there. There we go. They're all set. And we need to do our pitch trim in a moment as well, actually. Although it says 5.45 and it's set to that already. Who set this plane up? Engine 2. We need to sort out. So we need to go to ground. Wait for it just a sec to spool up on here. I think it needs to get the N1 to about 1%.
Unlocking gear.
And as it does, we can put some fuel in.
Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
You're brave. Not only is he walking like he himself, he's walking right behind an engine that's starting. She says, there you go, there's our pin. She will now wander off. We're all ready to go. So we need to check where we're going to taxi now. And we're just going to go out of here and then right, basically. We're going to go hotel. So we're going to go Bravo. Oh, wrong thing, Chaz. So we're going to go holding point Romeo 1 for runway 22 via Bravo and hotel and Romeo.
Stansted traffic, Chanex 5 Sierra Golf, taxiing runway 22, holding point Romeo 1 via Bravo, hotel.
Parking brakes off. Cool. Reset the screens. We need to put the engines into... Oh, before taxi, actually. We need to do a few more things. Generators need to change over, don't we? We can do that. We can then turn the APU off. APU bleed comes off. Packs go to auto. Isolation valve goes to auto. Engine start switch is going to continuous. We then also need to put the taxi light on. Flaps need to be set as required for the flight. Let's do that, shall we? So we're going to bring them from flap 1 down to... That's flap 1. That's flap 2, and then we need to put it down 1, I think. It's going to stay there. Okay, that's good. Using reserve fuel. No, we ain't. Okay, takeoff speeds are sorted. Pitch trim. I'm going to give it 1. Oh, okay. Wow, do you see that? As soon as I touched it, it spun multiple times. Why are you not spinning? What are you doing? It won't let me spin it any more than that. What are you doing, weird thing? Oh, that's really frustrating. Why? I'm trying to click and drag down. I'm also trying to scroll down.
Stansted traffic, Chanex 5 Sierra Golf, just having a slight technical area. If anyone needs me to move, just let me know.
Is it because I've got the flaps set? It lets me scroll up, but it doesn't let me scroll very far. Is it on auto trim or something? I don't know. We're just going to go for it. Probably a bit irresponsible to do that. I say a bit, very irresponsible to do that, but what can I do at the end of the day? It won't do it. Thank you, Scott Green, for chartering this flight here today, mate. It's a pleasure to be back in the 737, really, I promise. But I'm just intrigued as to what that issue is and why it's doing it. Really, really weird. What are you doing, Mr. Fire Engine? Where do you plan on going? What are we doing here? Is this just going to be a Mexican standoff? Because I don't know whether that's going to be solid or not. I'm just going to have to hope it's not. Okay, so he's decided to carry on moving slightly. Just going to have to drive through him. Hold your breath, hold your breath. Please don't hit it. Okay, we got away with it. That's so weird. Okay, so a slight right here. On to Bravo and then Hotel. So, well, we started on Bravo, we're now going on to Hotel. Don't think there's anyone else on VATSIM coming in anytime soon, but we're going to hold short.
Stansted traffic, Chanex 5 Sierra Golf, holding short, runway 22 at Romeo 1.
Romeo is this left-hander here. And fingers crossed, we can have a quick go at getting all this set up.
Traffic easy 58 Hotel Foxtrot, established 10 miles.
I think it was at Luton. Okay, Romeo 3 and then Romeo 1 is the second one, but either way, you're alright holding short at either of these. Little bump in the taxiway.
Papa Juliet, 20 miles from the initiate approach. Runway 22.
Okay, so he's 20 miles away, so we're going to have to work on getting out of here ASAP. So, before takeoff, we have fuel, reset, then rate. Up and then rate. We have the central fuel pumps all sorted. As far as I know, we're all golden. It's just lights, so we need to put the landing lights on. Runway turn-offs on. Engines are in continuous. Strobe light needs to go on. Taxi light comes off. Transponder goes to TA and RA. Where's transponder on this again? I can't remember. There. TA, RA. We need to put the clock on in a moment. Strobe light goes to strobe and steady. And I think we're all good. TFC clock.
Stansted traffic, Chanex 5 Sierra Golf, departing runway 22, Stansted.
Right then, Scott, let's see if we can make this work, shall we, with the incorrect pitch trim. Because I don't know why it's gone back up to 4 like that. As soon as I touched it earlier, it didn't like it. All I thought was I was going to just flick it one little way and we'd be fine. Either way, we've got runway 22 just before us. We're about to line up. And we're going to begin our flight down to Girona today in Spain. Hope you're enjoying this one and hope you continue to do so, despite me having my miniature meltdown that I always tend to have in the 737. Lined up, 22 established. Build up some throttle. Straighten it out slightly just to get it smooth. Up to 50%. Nice amount of bass. Let's go. That's not a good noise.
This is traffic easy 57 Hotel Foxtrot, vacated runway 25, taxiing to stand 1.
Well, we haven't set takeoff config or something. It's because we've not got flaps set.
Charles Sierra Papa Juliet, we are now 10 miles from initiating the approach. Runway 22.
Oh my god. Get it up in the air. Shut up. Taking off with 0 flap. Yeah, that's flap 5. Christ on a bike.
Stansted traffic, Chanex 5 Sierra Golf, passing 1500. Have a good day.
It's a miracle, isn't it, that I ever do anything on this. Okay, we're up in the air, we know that much. God, I've got a beard hair that is tickling, moustache hair that's tickling my nose like mad. I'd just forgotten to put the flaps back down, basically. Got the auto throttle in, so the aircraft is managing that for me. I'm still flying the thing though, still deciding where it goes. Okay, so after takeoff checklift, positive rate of climb, so gear came up, auto brake needs to go off, gear can now go down to the off position, runway turn off lights come off, and the engines can go back into the off position. Aircraft is now picking back up on the auto throttle. Cabin lights are just as required. Waiting for the plane to play ball. Oh, I swore by accident because I'm fed up of it. And put the autopilot in. Christ. So sorry, Scott. That was really shoddy of me, wasn't it? But we're on our way. There we go. Aircraft's now kicking some throttle back in. Getting us back on track because we're just over to the left of where we should be. Our initial altitude clearance is 7,000 feet. We're climbing all the way up to 33,000 feet today. We're going to be going to Girona runway 19er. I'm going to start putting some of that stuff in now. Going to be 19er by the Canig 2 Foxtrot arrival, and it is going to be, at the moment there it's QNH 1023, but we're going to leave that out as is at the moment, and we're just going to get to runway 19er. Okay, beauty shot time. Okay, so the aircraft for some reason, I was going to say for some reason, is holding us at 4,000 feet, but Nugbo is a 4,000 foot restriction, so we don't need to worry too much about it at present. It's got us on the plan, as you can see here. We're going this way towards Nugbo and then Silver, and then we will start to really climb. I think we're going to be at 4,000 feet for quite a while here. Maybe not, there's no restriction at Silver, so as I say that, we climb. If I get one thing right on this flight today, it'll be a miracle, won't it? Goodness me. Are there any discontinuities along the way? I don't think there will be with the... No, looks alright. Okay, plane is climbing. Let's go. Coming out of standard pressure now into... Oh, well, going into standard pressure. Why is it today? Why is it? It's like I've never done a flight before. Unreal. Still got quite a while before we get to Silver. We're going to sit at 7,000 feet here. And then after that, we're going to go to 330. I'm going to scroll it all in now, just so the aircraft knows what height we want to get to once we surpass this waypoint. Keep scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. And then soon we'll be on our way up to 330. We've got a master caution on. It's worrying, isn't it? Off schedule descent. Yeah, I know. Because the aircraft went down because of the pressure. Don't you worry about the flight altitude and the pressure back there, it'll be fine. So flying over the UK. Oh, where is that? Is that Luton? I think that might be Luton, mightn't it? When we get to Silver then, it should take us up to 33,000 feet. Two aircraft over to our left hand side actually, who are below us. I think they will both be in and out of Luton. Can't see any lights or anything flashing at the minute, so yeah, not quite sure. But this has been hardly a well rehearsed beginning to the flight, has it? Still, it's part of the fun, isn't it? You can't always have these things go perfectly, and I always bang the drum of, if I was a perfect pilot, this wouldn't be anywhere as entertaining. So yeah, hope you're enjoying it all the same though. I'll wait till we get to the right waypoint and then obviously climb up to 33,000 feet. The interesting thing that this departure does is obviously take you all the way around Heathrow, because there's so much going on here at Heathrow that you have to stay clear of it, of course. There's a friend of mine flying there. Michael, flying from... Ooh, that's a lovely little aircraft. Swiss A320neo going from Gatwick to Edinburgh. Interesting flight for that sort of aircraft, but still. I mean, that airline, of course. But lovely looking bit of kit, that. Hope you have a lovely flight, Michael, however you want to say it. Don't know if there are any other friends online at the moment. Obi-Wan Kenobi is at Zurich in another Swiss aircraft, A330. Wow, big wagon that is. And Tayachiba is in Prague in a Turkish A321. I have actually opened up my charter flights recently to include more than just the A320. I thought for a while people aren't really chartering A319s, A321s, anything like that. I forgot to add them to my website, of course, that you can include those. And in the last couple of days, I've had 2 charters come through for the A321, and funnily enough, they're for the same airline as well. So I'm excited to see how we can get on with those as well. It's always interesting to mix it up a little bit, not just between the A320 and the 737, but obviously to include the 21 and the 19 as well. So there's 4 aircraft to choose from. Sure, when you're at the controls, it all looks the same, whether it's a 21 or a 19 or an A320, but, you know, it's part of the fun to at least have a different aircraft behind you, a different airframe around you. Are you alright there, trim wheel? It's going mental. I have told it to go to 33,000 feet. Wonder if we just altitude intervene it. Should we have been sat this height this long? With no restriction? Either way, we're climbing now. Okay, we've passed 10,000 feet now, so landing lights can come off, and seatbelt signs as well can come off. They're on auto anyway, so we don't need to worry about doing that manually, so all good. I'm going through a bit of cloud here, but I don't think the turbulence of that will be that strong. I think we'll be fine. Lovely looking clouds, at least. That's what I always say, though, isn't it? You know, it's better to fly in conditions where there's at least a little bit of cloud about, so there's something to look at, rather than it being a perfectly clear day. I think sometimes I'll often put a little bit of cloud in just to be sure, but look how cool that looks, man. So pretty, this, isn't it? And this is only Flight Sim 2020 as well. I don't play on 2024. I stick to 2020 because it's what I know. I know it's not much different, but I've got this set up how I want it. There's no major reason for me to go to 2024. You know, the graphics aren't that much better. I just want to stick to what I've got here. But look at that. Seems strangely dark in the cockpit at the moment, so I might have to put some of this panel brightness up and stuff, but you can see all the brightness of everything on here is pretty much maxed out. Maybe this will help. Ooh, some background lighting's always pretty. There you go. A little bit more of a glow under there now. And then, no, that floodlighting doesn't do a lot. It's all this down here, isn't it? Yeah, look, panel brightness is all the way up. Floodlighting. Stuff it. Get all the lights on. Why not? A fully lit cockpit is better than a dim one. Then again, with me behind the controls, it's quite a dim cockpit, isn't it? Okay, so we're over 20,000 feet now, so I'm going to change this to 160 miles so we can get a bit more of a bigger picture idea of where the aircraft is and what's around us. We'll put some airports on. Yeah, that's cool. It says excess data. Yeah, you're telling me. That's when data starts to overlap a little bit. And I don't know why it needs to... It's quite ironic, really, isn't it? By telling you there's too much data on the screen, it's putting more data on the screen. I'd be intrigued to see whether that message moves based on where there's lots of stuff on the screen. It's fine. We don't need to worry about other airports at the moment. We shouldn't have any emergencies or problems or anything. Been in the air 20 minutes now, and we are just getting past 24,000 feet. Obviously, we sat at 7,000 feet for quite a while, so it was very clear that we should have been climbing sooner. But that's just me being an idiot. Apparently we're using reserve fuel, but we're on 5.7 tons left to go. What does it think we're going to have when we get there? Why does it think planned fuel is 5.7? Or is that just because that's how much we've got now? Cost index on here is 28, and we should actually have it on 25. Wonder if that'll change anything and slow the aircraft down slightly. We have 5.7 tons of fuel on board, although we've used nearly 2 tons already. Then again, we're flat out because we're climbing, so when we get to cruise it might be a little bit better. We'll see. Okay, so maybe some of this floodlighting can go now. It's a little bit bright in it. Is it there? Did we turn the air? I was just wondering then, did we ever close the cockpit door? Don't remember doing so. Going through a lovely amount of cloud here. We're nearly up at 33,000 feet at cruise altitude. Some beautiful conditions though. I love how this sim looks. We're going to be making a little right turn at Sitet in the near future. We're at 100% throttle right now. 5.3 tons of fuel remaining. I'm actually concerned about the amount of fuel we've got on board, you know. There's a little beep as well to say that we're getting to 1,000 feet from our cruise altitude. Just make sure that it's got that definitely put in, yeah. 33,000 from. And there we go, 33,000 feet is reached. You can hear the engines winding back slightly. We do have a lot of action going on with the trim wheel at the moment. I do have it set to AI trim, so it does it for me because I've not got a physical trim wheel or anything to use, but I tell you, it moves around a hell of a lot by the sound of it at the minute. I don't remember it moving around this much before. We're just getting to cruise now. The aircraft should be level and all good. It's putting obviously a bit more power in to hold this speed. I mean, it's a 737, it's got about 4 horsepower, but still, everything is all golden up here as well, is it not? Looks like the pressure and everything in the cabin's all good, window heat and all that's on, yaw damper, yeah. It's just so weird. When I started the flight, obviously the aircraft was loaded in a certain configuration that I hadn't planned. But, oh well, everything seems to be working now. More than my brain was at the beginning anyway. I had a right flap, didn't I? Oh well. We're at cruise now. Going to zoom this out a little bit so we can see more. Obviously going down south over France. Continuing to cruise over there. Where is the top of descent going to be? I don't think it says it in the 737's MCD. Well, it's not an MCDU, is it? It's an FMC. Let's just have a quick look. There. After Guy. Okay, so let's see the descent. When is that? 15:03 Zulu. Currently it is 2:15. Okay, so what will we say? If we come in about 10 minutes before that, the trim wheel's going mental. I think it's just gradually trimming back to where it was before I messed with it before takeoff. But then again, it had gone to 0 before. I don't know. Still, if we come back with, well, about 5 minutes, so in about 40 minutes time, we'll be good. So we're at cruise now, get you some beauty shots, see you in a few. Well, clearly the weather changed. Flipping heck, just caught that while I was doing these beauty shots. That's weird. We're over France now anyway. We'll continue on in the cruise. And yeah, like I say, I'll see you in a few minutes' time. Okay, we're back in the cockpit now, and it's time to start getting prepared for our top of descent. As you can see here, it is just over 40 miles away, so we need to start looking at charts and things and preparing information. At present, we are this far through the journey. We also do have, by the look of it on Volanta, Barcelona Control online. We're just going to get into their airspace, so they're basically just going to clear us to land. 133.030, so we'll put that on. Sorry. 133.030 is the official and correct way of saying it. Let's have a look at some charts then, shall we? Because we need to look at the arrival, the Canig 2 Foxtrot arrival, between flight level 150, below flight level 100, and he's straight in basically, all the way from Canig. So we need to have a look then at what the intercept altitude is of the ILS. Doesn't seem like there is one. It's weird. Okay, well it seems to say 2.5 there, so if we tell the aircraft to go all the way down to 2.5, the restrictions and everything will keep us where we need to be. Is that an MD-80? MD82, wow, that's cool. Going from 2,500 feet. It seems mad when you're at this sort of altitude to tell it, well, that went well, to tell it 2,500 feet. We obviously need to get the ILS localizer frequency course, all that sort of stuff. I'm on the wrong page of this at the moment, so we need to get our descent preparation. So, ATIS and airport information. So let's get a refresh, shall we, on the arrival information. 1022 at the moment at Girona, and it says that on Volanta as well, so that lines up. Altimeter is checked. We can set that now, actually, because we're in a 737 and it's good like that. It's about the only way the thing's any good. So if we set the pressure to 1022 there in that tiny white font, just there, it will then go to that when we click out of standard pressure. Reset MCP altitude, we've done that. FMC approach speed ref, so we go into here, we go init ref, index approach, and then we'll go flaps 40 and put that in there. So we'll go flaps 40 today. Wind correction is 5 knots, so we'll do 136 knots on our way in. And then we need to get the localizer frequency and the ILS localizer course. So the localizer course is 194 and it's 109.9er. So it is 109.9er. Put that in. Course is 194. So you scroll downwards for that because it's over 180. It's closer to go this way. 194, go over to the other seat, and 194. Beautiful. That's lined up on... Oh yeah, we need to do this side, don't we? We need to do 109.9. No. Okay, so we've got that on that screen there. Beautiful. And we have it on this screen here as well. Smashing. Okay, we are turning right. Slight right turn here at 33,000 feet. It's been a very quick flight today, I must admit. I went and had a little bit of late lunch, got myself a drink, and it felt like the sort of half-hour, 40-minute cruise absolutely flew by, no pun intended. So, yeah, feeling good about this one, though. Just hoping that things go nice and smoothly when we get in. But it should do, because we're basically just descending and then going in a perfectly straight line to the airfield. The aircraft isn't going to do a lot of flapping about and loads of weird sort of paths on the way in. So, yeah, we should be pretty golden here. We have an aircraft going across the front of us here. Trying to figure out who that is based on Volanta. Might be Finnair 46 Juliet on their way to LFLL. Let me show you. They're going to Lyon from Lisbon. Quite close as well, actually. So they scoot their way across us, and we make a bit of a left turn here. It's always cool when you see other aircraft flying about. You could see in the previous beauty shot there was one in the background over there. But this is the thing, you know, you can get close. Before I had a TCAS alert on my previous flight, but you can get pretty close without any dramas. I mean, look how close we were to their contrail, you know. A minute of delay on a taxiway at the other end could have meant that we were very close to each other when that happened. It's mad how it all works, but that's why TCAS is around. The auto trim is going nuts on this thing right now, and it has been for the whole flight, to be fair. It's been very aggressive with it. I'm not sure if there's been a sim update or something that means that it's always doing that so much, but yeah, it seems to be a bit all over the place. It's mad. The engines have wound down now, and they make a wonderful noise in the 737. As you can see, it's a very simple part of the flight now, where we're on our way in, descending down. We're going to put some speed brake in, just to slow the aircraft down a little bit further. It usually needs it, does the 73, but it's getting us all the way down now to 2,500 feet. There will be restrictions on the way there, so it will obviously be stepping it down piece by piece. I think at one point you have to be, is it between 10 and 15,000 on the arrival? Yeah, at Canning you have to be between 10 and 15, so it'll probably get us to 10 there. You have to be below 10,000 feet at the next part of it, basically. It's a long straight line into the airfield. We'll look at the airfield and what we are going to do about a gate. You can see we've got ATC online. We'll wait for them to call me to tell them to obviously say hello. We're going to probably go full length because it's a 737. Ooh, I want to have a look at this airport on Google Maps. What's it like with gates? Okay, it looks like it's all just remote stands over there. There's no sort of main terminal building. Wow, what is that? Look at that! A weird thing. Okay. So it looks like it's, yeah, that's the terminal, so it's just all remote stands, so we're going to be on this side of the airfield. That obviously means it's not going to be much of a taxi in, so we're going to add a little bit more journey to it and go for stand 2 when we get in, and we're going to hopefully vacate before Echo 4, because that's the end of the runway. The aircraft is powering up at the moment, so I'm going to take the speed brake out, thinking that it'll hopefully put the engines back to idle, because we're using an unnecessary amount of fuel to stay at speed here. See what I mean? It's now trying to hold at 267 on the way down. It was putting power in to hold that speed because the air brakes were out, the speed brakes. So yeah, we're going to go auto brake 2 today. We're not going to go for auto brake max or anything. We're going to be full flaps when we land. That trim wheel needs to shut up. You can see it's moving around. Look how much it's moving. Look at this little thing. Don't know why it's moving that much, but maybe that explains something about how I've had troubles with this aircraft before, because I've never noticed it doing that so much. I wonder if I didn't have that on before, whether it's been down to not doing the trim once we'd gotten in the air that's caused me some issues. Who knows? Okay, we continue to descend then on our way down into Girona. Thanks again, Scott Green, by the way, for chartering this flight. It is lovely to be back behind the controls. I was gutted that I didn't have time to do my flight last week and do this one then, because I was looking forward to this one. I was hoping to do 2 in one day when I did the flight to Chicago, but that was roughly around the time I started to not feel great, and then, yeah, stuff eventually transpired that I wasn't able to be at my desk, so, yeah. We're alright now, though, so that's the main thing. You know, one thing I love that Jet2 do, that I don't think I mentioned earlier on in the video, is the chrome fronts of the engine nacelles. They don't need to do that. Some of them are just a brushed metal, so it's more like a sort of flat silver, or just a sort of grey colour. But with Jet2, they always made them chrome on the front, and I think it makes the aircraft look so much cooler. I don't know why, it just makes a big difference. It gives you this overall idea that the aircraft is clean. It looks really cool as a result. Can't remember if they do it on their A321 Neos or not, or whether they do it on the grey. I think they do it on the grey livery as well, not just the Jet2 Holidays livery. Either way, it looks fantastic, I think. It won't be too long now before we turn right and head in towards Barcelona Centre, but it's basically just going to be a straight line. Sorry, it's Barcelona Control. I always say Centre instead of Control. I think Centre is more of an American thing, is it not? Either way, aircraft has made the descent lovely so far. We're looking very good. If we open up the range on this, you can see that we're going to be down in time, and that's gradually coming towards us as well, actually. That's when we're going to be at 2,500 feet, so I'm pretty happy with that. Might put a little bit more, yeah, we need to slow down a little bit, actually, because look, we're just above the speed here, so let's put some speed brakes in. It does say drag required, or it did anyway. Doesn't seem to think so now, obviously, but we'll bring that speed down, just to be sure that we're not coming in too hot, because at the end of the day this is a 737 and it will do. It will come in too hot. Don't need to worry about the seatbelt signs, anything up there. Just going to keep my eye on the checklist. We just need to keep our eye on the auto brake, which we've done. The altimeter is reset to local soon. Will reset to local soon. Speed, yeah, below 10,000 feet, 250 knots. So that's what the aircraft will be trying to slow down for soon. We're holding on to profile. We're just about to go below Mach 0.5. I'm not sure if that has any bearing on anything. But yeah, nice and straightforward approach this. Like I say, we're just going in a straight line, making a turn. And when we make these 2 turns here at these waypoints, we're going to be facing directly towards the airport. The aircraft is starting to put a bit of power in, so let's save it the fuel. It's levelled out slightly. There we go, now it's descending again. The trim wheel is going absolutely mental. It's really annoying, actually. But again, look, we're catching up to this speed. I don't know whether it wants to hold at this speed or what. Is it going to exceed it? 267? Because it's put power in. The way these aircraft work sometimes really confuses me. Even with my knowledge of them. And I know I don't have the most knowledge of them at all. There's people out there with much more full knowledge than me, i.e. real pilots. It's calling me names, look. See, I told you I'm not very clever. Yeah, we're going too quick. We need to put some speed brake in. So we need to be above 10,000 feet at this waypoint, which we very much will be. I'm going to tell the aircraft that we want 250 knots. Do we do that? Oh, speed intervene. So we'll now get it to slow down manually. Soon we'll be able to put some flaps in as well. I'm going to do that by clicking them in the aircraft rather than on my Airbus controls here, just simply because it doesn't match up quite the same. And in preparation for getting below 10,000 feet, I'm going to put the landing lights on now. Some tasty hills over to our left-hand side. Barcelona is much further down the coast than where we are now. It's way further down that way somewhere, I think. Actually, maybe even further than that way. If we make the final right turn now, we're going to be aiming at the airport, basically. Below 10,000 feet now. As we turn in, let's just check if there's anything else needs doing. We've got the landing lights, passenger signs are all on. Aircraft should level out for a sec to try and get below 250 knots. We're going to out of standard pressure now anyway. And there we go, it's going to drop down big time. We're gaining a bit of speed as a result though, but there's no restrictions holding us back now. Again, speed brakes are out. They're in and out all over the place here. It's like flapping a pair of wings about. But we'll continue bringing the speed down. What does it want from us speed-wise on the arrival? Is there a point where we go 220? Yeah, Banol, it wants 220 knots. So we'll ask it for 220, because it gives us longer to get stuff sorted. We will be in the airspace of Barcelona control right now, whether we just check in with them. Let's have a look. Let's go over to it. 133030. Give it a sec to see if anybody's talking.
Barcelona control, Chanex 5 Sierra Golf, with you at 8,000 feet on our way into Girona, just making sure whether we have to check in or not.
Chanex 5 Sierra Golf, hello. You do not have a flight plan, however, I not control Barcelona TMA, so just monitor your new bye-bye.
Roger that, thank you very much, appreciate it, have a good day.
Bye-bye.
My flight plan not filed.
Easy 1759, welcome to Menorca, taxi stand 13, bye-bye.
I've seen what's happened.
for Easy 1759, gracias senor for the service.
Gracias senor, very cultural. I seen what happened. I've filed it as 5 Golf Sierra, not 5 Sierra Golf. Whoops. I don't know why, because it's 5 Sierra Golf on there, and it takes the flight plan number directly from SimBrief. Okay, we've got some speed brakes out, but we don't really want them. The aircraft is putting some power in. Look at this. Over Spain we go. So that guy's not controlling this area, basically, is what he said. And I don't have a flight plan because I'm a massive idiot. We do need some air brakes again, because this plane just does not slow down. Or does it? Oh, I don't know, because I take the speed brakes out and it puts power in. Well, we're going to try and get down to 2,500. We're at 6,400 now. Let's just keep our eye on things. We've got the frequency and the course all right. We need to arm the approach soon. We'll do that when we get to about 5,000 feet, I reckon. In fact, I'm going to do it now just to be sure. There you go, it's got it. VOR localizer, single CH. It's going to line us up now. Make sure we're all good. Lovely. So now, if we tell the aircraft to put some flaps in, we'll go to flap 2. And we'll tell it to slow down to 200 knots. We'll put some speed brakes in to help it do that. How do I now get it to not be intervened by me? There we go, FMC speed. So it's trying to get to 182 knots now. That's what we like. LNAV is out because obviously it's on the approach now, so it's on the ILS. There's nobody else on at Girona, but I'm still going to give them a quick hello. How far are we from Girona? Wow, we're only about 15 miles.
Girona traffic, Chanex 5 Sierra Golf, 15 miles to run, runway 19 at Girona.
Or Girona. I don't know how you say it. Is it Girona? No visibility right now as we go through some cloud. Going to keep bringing the flaps down. It's 182 at the moment, but I think once the aircraft gets there, yeah, there you go, look, 168. And now we have some more visibility. Any runway in sight anywhere? There. There is the runway. The aircraft's got the glide slope, but but it's climbing to get it, and now it's coming down again. God, you are weird, plane. Okay, we'll stay at 168 until we are about 6 miles out. We'll get the flaps further down. We'll go flaps 15. Is that flaps 10? Yeah, we'll go flaps 15, hopefully not overspeeding them. Yeah, that's because I'm flaps 15 without the gear down. Just go back to flaps 10. Don't like that noise. Come on. We're descending gradually. We're 10 miles out at the minute, but I don't want to put the gear down just yet. God, I hate these noises. There we go, thank God for that. What was our approach speed ref then? 136. Okay, so in a few moments time we'll tell the aircraft 136.
Girona traffic, Chanex 5 Sierra Golf, 10 miles to run, runway 19er.
We're the only aircraft on approach at the moment. Lovely location for the airport, just outside of the city of Girona. Look at that, nice and easy. Little motorway to get in there. Boom, and you're in. Maybe even off there as well. Look, there's a road down this way. Cool. Okay, keeping our eye on things. Just make sure we've got everything checked. We're gonna... Oh, we've still got speed brakes armed. That's why it's going slowly. We'll arm them. That's why it's putting so much power in, I mean. Yeah, we've armed the speed brakes. Flaps are 15. We'll bring the gear down now. Okay, and now we'll tell it 136 in our approach speed ref, and we'll start to bring the flaps all the way down. Flaps 10, flaps 15, 25. It's just moving that window. I'm just keeping my eye on that up there. The flaps are coming with it. There we go. The window's moving now. And we'll go flaps full. Flaps 40. And we're good. We are now at V app speed. Speed brakes are armed. Everything good to go. Oh, the aircraft has lost a lot of speed there. We're doing 130 for a moment. When we get the 1000 call out, it'll be all mine to fly. We're going to disarm the auto throttle and obviously the autopilot. I'm going to use the buttons on my controls for that. There's a little red button where you can disarm it on the Airbus and one obviously on the stick for the Airbus. Trim wheel's going mad, it's weird. Let's land at Girona, shall we? Thanks once again, Scott Green, for chartering today, mate. Hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed how simple this flight has been, actually. It's strange, isn't it, how it's worked out. I know I had a massive meltdown earlier before we got going, but that's just part and parcel of me flying, I think. Any moment now. There it goes. Okay. Let's try and keep the speed in the right place and keep this aircraft in the right place as well. As a direct headwind of 7 knots. We're a little bit low. In fact, very low. Now we're off to the right. God, it moves around a lot, this thing.
500.
I'm really concentrating looking at that screen.
400.
The throttle and the stick is pretty focusing. We're a little bit high.
200.
A little bit low. But we're okay.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
That's about as butter as you get with the 7.3, innit? Oh, why aren't the reversers kicked in? There we go. God, it took 2 stabs at the reversers to get them going. The auto brakes haven't done too bad there. Okay, not bad at all. Take the auto brake off. Nice. Clean the flaps up. Clean the spoilers up. I know you shouldn't really do that before you've come to a stop or clear the runway, but I think we've done alright there. A little bit on and off the brakes. I don't mind letting it roll all the way to the end. And we will turn left. Just going to check the landing rate. -326. Ouch. I touched the runway at 123 knots as well.
Girona traffic, Chanex 50 Golf, clear of runway 19er.
Okay. Oh god, this really don't want to turn in here. Let's get GSX on the go. Oh no, oh parking. Yeah, we wanted ramp. Do we want ramp 2 to simplify it? Yeah, we did, ramp 2. There you go, you can see all the stuff spawning. Welcome to Girona, everybody. On our little taxi in here, we're going to do our after landing checklist. So the transponder goes off. Put that in standby. Flaps have been retracted, landing lights go off. Runway turn-offs go off and the taxi light comes on. Taxi light was still on, apparently. Funny that, isn't it? All the way here with the taxi light on. APU we need to start, because obviously we need the power from that in the not too distant future. And then we have the probe heat coming off, and engine start switch is going to the off position. So take the probe heat off up here. Oh, it's on auto anyway. Let's turn in here. There's a car in the way. Although our stuff's directly in front of us there, so that's alright. There's the tug and everything. So I think stand 1 is to our left. Yeah, and then stand 2 is this one just in front of us here. So we'll turn the taxi light off, so we don't blind the poor operative. And yeah, we just need to do the APU gen once we're parked. It's nice, isn't it? I do have a GSX profile for this place, but it seems like a bit of a generic... Whoa! None of that, please. Seems like that we're not adhering to the lines either here at Girona. God, he wants us over here. Are we supposed to be straight onto that tug? Because that's nowhere near the line, mate. Come on then. Come on then. Oh, not bad. Not bad. 0.2 and 0.0. Okay. Need to check the APU is running. Yes, let's switch over to the APU gen. Beautiful. That's all good. And then next up is just the engine fuel control levers. So we'll go engine 2 and then 1. Okay. Next up then we turn the APU bleed on. Whack that on. We then put the probe heat and everything off, which is off. Engine start switches go off. What am I doing? That's the flipping after landing checklist. So I never put the APU bleed on earlier on. Whoops. Oh no, that's it. Oh my god, I can't read this. Anti-collision light goes off, of course. Fuel pumps then go off, except for the front left one. And anti-ice electronic hydraulic pumps. Yaw damper comes off as well. Isolation valve goes to open. Flight directors then come off. We'll then establish ground power. And we should be all sound. Let's go to GSX. And request deboarding.
Deboarding requested.
And welcome to Girona, everybody. Thanks once again, Scott Green, for chartering this flight here today. Thoroughly enjoyed this one. I really liked how simple it was in the end, actually. And yeah, a great experience to be in the 737 again and try and get my head around this bonkers little aircraft. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video as well, Scott, and everybody watching. Don't forget, I've got a number of charters still lined up after this one. It should be a good old time. I think the next one's a 737 as well, and I look forward to doing that probably in just a couple of days for next week. Thanks as ever for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next episode.